Southeast Nigeria are taxed to the teeth. Multi-taxation everywhere. If you want to say it, people will, you don't want the government to. But people cannot run this nation when it's hardship and hunger with their blood. Each time I want to enter vehicle, the drivers will be saying, you don't know fuel is 1,004. My response is, you want to drive Nigerian vehicles with my own blood? If we can't continue, let us just stop. Everywhere you see pressure. Everywhere, anywhere you go, people are mounting pressure. People are fighting among themselves. The common enemy is the government that sets the whole environment and make people to. Now you can see, it's not enough that people are taxed. The same tax collectors in there, if you have been to Anambra, see how these people, with all their violence and force, to collect this money from people. Now imagine when they cause accident and then people died. And then it's like double wahala for dead body. The people now have no alternatives. Like, these are the people who they already want to set ablaze. And now they went to bath with crude oil or petrol or PMS. And then this is what he left to. Nobody is supporting this mob action. Nobody is supporting all these, what they call it, these, crude justice, that's jungle justice Nigerians are formed. It would have been enough to hand them over to the police. After the decision, they could arrest them, they could get hold of them, call the police or take them to the police instead of setting them ablaze. Two wrongs cannot make a right. But then it teaches a lesson to all the people working for government and enforcing all this. Government is enough for government to say to all these contractors they've given, collecting this, every level of IGL collection is contracted out. And these contractors pay the money again to the government. And they go into the street, milking people and driving them to madness. And they are controlling themselves. And these people will overreach themselves. And look at how it has ended. That is it. The Igbo people say, the cap of civil service is one at the back of the head. So somebody said you to go and collect tax. Collect it with human face. Don't collect it as if you kill them and kill. You will see the same people to collect tax from tomorrow. You block the road and cause accident and people lose their lives for you to collect money for government. When we want to go to equity, we go to with clean hands. When we are talking about the flies and their menace, we talk about the man who has a wound on his legs. So, God help and bless the soul of the people who have died. But then it's death too many. And it might be as part of a lesson, because anything that's done in Nigeria. So this is the people who are going out the next morning to collect revenue. To be careful and handle the people with care. They are human beings.
I really don't know the extent of training that these revenue collectors actually have. Because if you look at that story in detail, they were chasing after a tipper driver who was, they were trying to get some revenue from him. And so they started chasing him. He passed and they started chasing him. And then only for him to lose control and ram into,
Nobody trains them. They are not even government people. That's one thing.
They're
only in the streets to collect money. That's what the papers said. If you are in Anambra, you find out they are working for contractors. But they are in the face of, once they come out, wearing different uniforms, is government. Because nobody can collect tax unless the government is aware of it. So if you win the contract of collecting tipper and all those lorries and the haulage vehicles, you have won the contract. And you pay the Anambra State government, let's say 500 million for 1 year. You go into the street with your boys and collect the money. And that's how they do it. So no, they don't have any link with government. The only link they have with government, they stand there in the name of government. But they are brought by the contractors. And that is... But
the government should be responsible for that.
They
contracted
That's why I'm
them.
saying the people shouldn't have killed them. They should have gone to take a lesson with the government if they have any kind of respect for the government. But people are losing it. Nigerians are losing it fast. The tension is so high. And that's it. So we should, even the government themselves should find a way a better way of making the people pay without this kind of confrontation, because man to man is inhuman. I've been in a situation where they were tying the road safety with pursuit vehicles, and the road safety said, do not do that. It's against the law for a road safety to pursue, even when the driver has been, because the man is, what are you trying to do when pursue them, assuming a vehicle carrying 80 passengers has offended you at the road safety checkpoint, and you're pursuing the man, and the rules control, and 80 passengers for the driver and the other allied accident and chain happen. What are you going to tell government? That you want to cure madness with pepper? That I don't know how you're going to explain that. Two wrongs cannot make a right.
So, Chris, I want to know, is there no repercussion, no punishments for drivers that try to escape paying their taxes? Because I've seen a situation where this keke driver tries to escape and this tax collector runs into his keke and he drives a long distance with him in it. Is there no...
It happened in Enugu, and the people
yes.
happened, the VIO issue, the man died on the spot, the keke driver, and the one of the VIO was greatly wounded. It was a woman. I saw that very video. And what were we saying is the government should, you want money. Design a system where people pay this money without putting people in the street to have confrontation. People in Igbo land, they say, you don't answer Okwego, Adazia, when people call you for money, don't answer with all smiles and say, hey, come and collect money. So if the government want to collect money and tax people to this level, they should design a system where people pay seamlessly. Without this, there is this contactless. Nigerians used to have, you go to the Nigerian Immigration Services, NIS offices, you see thousands of Nigeria filled there, and that brings, this human contact brings sleaze, graft, corruption, intimidation, and all the allied brothers and sisters of vices. But they've designed a situation, it's a contactless. You can get your passport without having any contact with anyone. Why wouldn't Anambra State people design good places where people drive? When you pass, you pay your tax. Unless this tax not be multiple. In Anambra State, you pass in Imo, you pay. You pass in Newi, you pay. You pass in Nob, you pay. You pass in Nokwa, you pay. You pass all the name and be paid. The same government, if they say you have to pay a certain level of tax, they give you the, and when you pay, let there be evidence of government that is lasting. Some of these people that will pursue you to this extent, now you know that it's not working for government. If you're working for government, you know to the extent you pursue people and not cause damage. They are working for themselves to get back the money they gave government. So, Soludo, still, when the newspaper said, Soludo, tax collectors kill people, or they are burnt to ashes, or set ablaze, he still takes the responsibility. All the buck stops on his desk. So good luck to Anambra State and your tax collecting method. Find a better way. Because a lot of people say they repose a lot of confidence in you. As the governor of the state, you are an egghead, a professor. You shouldn't go on the crude level of doing this. We should, at 2024 in Nigeria, have a better way of doing certain things. Because it's painful, so make it seamless for people. Even if you're giving the people quinine to drink, coat it in sugar. They will take it without feeling it. These are still pursuing everybody around. Pursue, you pass in every village, you have different people wearing different uniforms, pursuing you for money, for the same government.
Another headline out of the Punch this morning is Seyi Tinubu, Lagos won't serve father, son. PDP, that is the opposition in that state, is talking tough.
It's the choice of the Lagos State people, and they have said it as it appears in the newspaper. But that is still their word against the man. Everybody in Nigeria is free to contest to be, as far as the person is qualified. The people will decide at the end, and it's not over until it's over. And these people that are talking about this, let me tell you, it's a reverse psychology they're using on people. Reverse psychology is that when they want you to do, they will say it the other way, so they'll start agitating people. It's a distraction. In 2024, when we have a lot of hardship, and I won't stop saying it, all we will be talking, I woke up this morning when I've not even had a breakfast. and talk about who becomes the governor of Lagos State the next month, whose father is sitting as Asoro, whether he will be. The people of Lagos State, decide who becomes their governor. And like I wish every Nigerian, whatever decision we take lives with us. It's a clear thing, and that's why they say it's the beauty of democracy. Everybody is free to aspire to the level you can. What we are worried in Nigeria, we don't even aspire legitimately. We aspire crook or cook, by hook or crook. That is why he talk about. Otherwise, that you are a son of a Nigerian president does not stop you from contesting to be governor of a state in Nigeria. If you, the people love you and they see the quality in you, they vote for you. That is, if we vote, that is, you have a system that gives everybody equal opportunity. And when you talk about equal opportunity, a man from my level cannot go to election in Nigeria with a son of a president and decide to win the way things are, because it's no more equal. The opportunity is no more equal. So, but that's the one thing about the complex nature of democracy. You say, and somebody has talked about equality and equity as two different things. 3 children, one is this, one is this, one is this, are left on the same platform to overlook a wall to watch a football match. The other 2 cannot see, but then they are the same pedestrian. So what is equity? Equity is to prop up the other 2 so that they will see what the other man is seeing. But if you say equality, you are put them on the same platform. It is not. So if the son of Nigerian president wants to be governor of Lagos State and the level of equity and not equality, everybody who is going to contest with him should be given the same amount of money he controls to go to polls. Because you have to print poster. You have to go to campaign, and that's about the money. So if that kind of person comes and they go for a rally and pass through here, and then I pass through here contesting, the Nigerians have learned to say, this man passed here, gave us 50 million just for action. And you are passing and you're bringing 1 million. If it's in my people in Anambra, they will tell you, you don't pass where they are doing also ceremony and go to where they are just trying to maintain a shrine. And because in also ceremony you use is big, huge. But if you are sitting as a native doctor, worshiping a shrine, you want to give sacrifice. It's only you and your shrine. So only you, and so the eatables, the stomach infrastructure for Eluagu is small. Talk about the one that eats also. So the people put it in a proverb, and Afucheva and Echiozo, Jeva and Aluagu. That has happened in Nigerian politics. So in Nigerian politics, equity is gone. We only talk about equality when they say you are free to go and buy form. Buy form for governorship, 25 million, depending on your party. That is only equality they give us. But on the equity level, Nigeria have lost it in democracy. And they don't know. That's why we're suffering what we suffer. If you bring 10 candidates, if government want to do it, you say 10 candidates has come out for committee, and after the primaries, they come out. You say, okay, all of you will be given equal amount of money. Go to the field. That's the complex nature, that advanced level of democracy we have not thought about. So, but on the level, everybody is campaigning. There's no way I will go to campaign with Dangote and win in Nigeria. Is it not obvious? I can't go to campaign with Donald Trump and win. Or the Glow man, what's his name? The man who owns Glow. Those billionaires, we know them. All the ones, the fuel, the oil marketers, the oil and gas gurus. I can't go to campaign with them and win. Because they have the money power more than me. And you called out democracy. Let's talk about
Mike Adenuga.
Adenuga. I'm just coming to my mind. But that's by the way. So these are people, if they come out, they say they want to be governor, and me come out to ordinary person. They will just like, what is that one talking about? Because it's in Nigerians they will meet, and they will talk to them, and you know how big men talk. When big men talk, money talks. And that is by the way.
All right. There are other
You
interesting
manipulated
news.
the Doguba election. PDP accuses INEC. It sounds familiar. This is not the first time INEC in Nigeria has been accused of manipulating elections. But coming from a party like PDP, I don't know who is manipulating who. Because PDP are manipulating themselves even more than INEC is manipulating them. I've spoken about PDP here many times. I'm just looking at them. I'm saying, this is the only party that when we're talking Nigeria, say this is a solid base. They've tested power. They should know what it takes to struggle for power and get it out of the present government. But they find themselves chasing the shadow, doing infighting. For the last 6 months, the PDP has been battling with who is anyway. They say here the National Working Committee is protecting the big wigs. Which of the headlines here? PDP governors meet, pledge improve governance. That's
Tribune.
the Sunday Times. But Tribune said you manipulated a Goguba, where that's one thing. PDP crisis. Governors mount pressure, fresh pressure on Damagun. There's so many things. And I'm not saying at this time, okay, it's a Punch that said National Working Committee accused of protecting party bigwigs, PDP crisis. How can such party be talking about this? And they are weakened to talk about. I just talking for talking sake. If they want to talk big against INEC, they should have settled their in-house intra-party crisis by now and decide who is their party chairman and then consolidate a focus to talk big. Now they are talking from both sides of their mouth. They don't even know who is for them and who are among them. If the big wigs nobody's afraid to go their way. As for the last count, I know that Nyesom Wike is still a member of PDP. He has not. He is. And they have so many of them now. The Damagun is still fighting over now. So when they use all the time to fight who becomes their chairman, where will they have time to pursue the issues that actually facing them? They should go and sort themselves out. Because you say Kimi's panel, mom, 3 years after inauguration, there's a Kimi panel that is supposed to look into their problem. 3 months after, he has not said anything. They convene NEC February 2025. That's it. Convene NEC, National Executive Council, by February. Time is going. All these things, before they finish talking about it, they will have to have a National Executive Council, and then when they begin to talk, to look at what they will do to see whether they go to Asorok. There's this thing that happened. I wanted, they say Obano they go transfer. It's a local palace. Obano they go transfer. But I was interested, plan the Igwe festival in Lagos is an aberration. That's the Oba of Benin. As far as you're concerned, Igwe festival is synonymous with Benin of its culture and spirituality. To take it and go and celebrate it in another land, the Oba says it's an aberration. And then you begin to see Nigeria where our culture, the things that kept us and keep us, give us cohesion as a people, things that we believe in, that when you mention it, everybody listen and come together. They are putting knife to it and cutting off all the fibers and the elements that hold us together. So when you take Igwe festival to Benin, and if they succeed in doing it for once, that means Igwe will have lost the essence, because it carries so much for the Benin people. That's by the way. So in Nigeria, anything can happen now. Before you know it, you have Igwe festival in London, and
right.
Probably, and they have.
Okay, we're almost out of time, but just before we go, just to wrap up with this particular headline, Minister of Defense was in the southeast, in fact in Enugu some few days back, and he stated clearly, reiterating that the federal government is determined to end insecurity in the southeast. Badaru also, of course, stated this.
FG is determined to end insecurity in our southeast.
I'm wondering if you feel with what's going on, the federal government is really sincere in ending insecurity in the southeast.
Well, the insincerity of the federal government, it will be evident in the actions. Nigeria, all these political talks to pass through. The minister has visited Enugu. and Southeast. He has to tell the people something. He can't look at in the Southeast people and say, FG, not determined to end insecurity. He has said what he has to say.
So,
as
but with the
minister.
actions so far from the federal government, do you think?
What actions? The actions we have is we have heard about the arrest of Simon Ekpa. The government is asking for extradition. But one of the things that the Southeast people, majority have asked the government to do that will bring peace, if not anything, peace, even if it lasts for one day. Cohesion, peace, is the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I wasn't there when the minister came. The headline is what I saw, and even the Nation newspaper found as important as he thinks he is to give it as the last under. The last, you call the other one a rider. What do you call this one? What do you call after the headlines are? What do you call this one where you put it? FG determined. That's all we heard about it. So if you read the details in, I don't know what page where that news is. What else did he say? Did he tell us that Nnamdi Kanu will be released? Did he tell us that if you walk from one village to another, that you will not be kidnapped? Did he tell us that all diseases and killings and all that will stop? If he tells us, fine, let's see. Let's begin to feel it in the next, no matter how slow the wheel of government crops, let's even start seeing it gathering moss over time. Let's improve. It's not just talk. But it's good he has said it. Let us not preempt it. You know, I said I'm not good at preempting. Or just you have good quality of predictions. All I am talking about at the level of the minister has spoken. We wish him good luck. Bring peace to Southeast. That's what everybody, good-minded people of this Eastern Nigerians are asking for. Because we are dying. We are going into extinction. I don't know whether it's self-inflicted or whether it's the situation. Whatever happens, we need to stop this as fast as we can. Because nobody knows who will be the next victim.
All right, let's leave it there. Chris Maduka, many thanks. We truly appreciate your insights on the reviews of the headlines out of our dailies this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Quincy.
We're back shortly after this.
Thank you.
Just stay with us.